Okay, this is going to be a pretty short video because it's a sad, tragic story. I lost the footage of this project. This was supposed to be the next Mijello journal installment. And this is where I play with my palette of Mission Gold Pure Pigment watercolors. That's in this palette. This is a Mijello Fusion 33 palette. This is the color chart, plastic palette, and here's all those glorious colors. I even topped off some of these colors that were getting low. This whole palette is just, it's been so much fun. These are high quality professional grade watercolors from a company called Mijello. Now, this series is the Mission Gold Professional Watercolors, and this particular set is the Pure Pigment set, meaning that each of these colors are one single pigment. Just for funsies, I'll show you what the box looks like here. This is the whole box. There are 34 tubes in this box, and each of those tubes are a full 15 milliliters. Yeah, this is an amazing set. This is what it looks like on the inside. All single pigment paints. I think I'm more than halfway through this journal now. Obviously, I'm not filling this entire journal with all 34 colors. I am just, this whole journal project was just to fill this book with as many colors as I could fit in here. I wasn't even sure I would get this far. I was thinking maybe I'd do like 6 and then I'd lose interest and quit. But I think this has been pretty popular with my viewers, and that's kept me going on this. It's kept me really interested in continuing with this. So I do have, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I have about 9 more spreads to do in this book. It seems more and more likely that I can finish this entire sketchbook, which would be wonderful. So I did mention the sad, tragic story, and I did record the footage where I created this spread, but I accidentally deleted that footage. Now, I have heard of other YouTubers doing things like that, so I was actually kind of wondering when that was going to happen to me, and yeah, now I feel like a full-fledged card-carrying YouTuber for sure. Anyway, I'll just kind of go very quickly over this. Now, this is Quinacridone Violet, PV19. Its light fastness rating is 5 stars, which is their maximum, and it's semi-opaque and it's staining. And sure enough, when I tested that little line there with the wet brush to try and, I went over it several times, and wow, you can see that it is definitely staining. These are the color mixes. With every session of this project, it's a bit involved, because what I do, there are 34 tubes in that full set of Pure Pigment watercolors. And I am not going to fit, 34 different color mixes in here with this Quinacridone Violet mixed with every other color. I'm just not going to fit all that in there. So what I do ahead of time is I do this off camera, where I mix the selected color, in this case Quinacridone Violet PV19, with every other color in that palette. And what I do is I select, purely arbitrarily, whichever mixtures I find personally attractive or interesting. the ones I want to feature in the journal. So I will circle those, all the ones that I want to include in the journal spread. Anyway, it's a process. It takes time, and I do not want to do that on camera. It's tedious, and but it's something I want to do just to make sure that I include mixes that are eye-catching. So that's why there are only 12 boxes here for the mixes. That is quinacridone violet mixed with quinophthalone yellow light, which is PY138. Then there is permanent yellow deep, PY65. Permanent red deep, PR254. Ultramarine violet number 2, PV15. Indanthrone blue, PB60. Ultramarine light, PB29. Cobalt cerulean blue, PB35. Phthalo blue, PB156. Cobalt green deep, PB36. Viridian, PG7. Burnt sienna number 2, PR102. And cobalt black, PBK27. Quinacridone violet, PV19, is one of my favorite pigments. It's so vibrant and thus creates really vibrant mixes. You can see for yourself just how intense and beautiful these mixes are. And so on to the painting portion of this spread. This is just using the PV19 quinacridone violet mixed with some of those other colors. So a lot of these colors are very similar to some of these mixes found here. But I wasn't keeping track, right? I was just doing an art piece here using those colors. I am happy with how this turned out, except for maybe one little quibble, and that is her very large forehead. Yeah, what's with that? So that's this session of the Mijello journal. I know, it's a bit sad, isn't it? But things happen. Hopefully only once and never again. Thanks for sticking around and hanging with me during this presentation. Sure, it's a little different from the others, but you got a little peek into what happens in the background, like before the video with all those mixes. Did I tell you that stuff is tedious? If you liked what you saw in this video, or if you feel sorry for me for accidentally deleting video footage, click that like button, subscribe, and leave a comment. Oh, by the way, today's nail color is Ruby from LA Colors Color Last line with metallic finish. What do they mean by color last? Do they mean that color is the last priority? Or do they mean their colors last and last? It's ambiguous. And if there's one thing I like, it's a mystery. Can't say I usually look for mysteries in my nail polish, but I'm down for it. So bring it on, LA Colors. Until next time, stay artsy, my friends.